Welcome to the video. Welcome to the channel. My name is Rory. Today we're gonna make an animated atom, as you saw in the intro. So what we're doing, I'm gonna go kind of slow on this one. There's kind of a lot to it, and I just came up with this myself a while ago, so just bear with me and we'll work on it slow together. I'm going to dedicate this video to the crazy cat lady. I think she's commented on every single video in my channel. She should be a video genius by now. We'll see if she can make this one. All right, I created a new Fusion comp. I drug it to the timeline. We're going to hop over into the Fusion page. We have our media out node. We're going to bring in a background node. We're going to connect that to our media out. We're going to bring in a polygon node. That's this icon right here. We're going to put that in viewer 2. And now we're going to right click on the center here. And we're going to go to polygon polyline, create ellipse. For the width, we will leave it alone. For the height, we're going to change that to 0.5. We're going to uncheck solid. We're going to bring up the border width slightly to about like that. And we're going to bring down the length to about like that. So then, at position, we're going to put this at 1. We're going to set a keyframe with our playhead at the beginning. We're going to set a keyframe for 1. We're going to come ahead about 40 frames, and we're going to take that down to 0. Take the position down to 0. And that set a keyframe for us. Now if I were to play this back, I'll rewind it first. We play this back, and it keeps going to the end of the clip, but it quits. So to keep that animation going, we're going to come up to our spline editor. We're going to make sure that only selected is checked. We're going to put a check mark in position. Then we're going to come over here and click this icon to see our keyframes. We're going to highlight them. And we're going to come down here to this icon, set relative. I'll close the spline window. Now when we play that back, it'll keep going, it'll keep animating until the end of our clip. So what we're going to do now is we're going to come over to our polygon. We're going to highlight it. We're going to hit Control-C to copy it. But now we're going to hit Control-Shift-V to paste an instance. It's not really connected. It's just an instance. So what we're going to do, we're going to put this instance in viewer 1. We're going to highlight that instance. We're going to come over here and right click on the length. And we're going to de-instance. Because these two were connected. But now, since we de-instanced, this is independent of the other one. If that makes any sense. So now what we're going to do, we're going to do the same thing over. We're going to we're going to click on our polygon, Control-C to copy, Control-Shift-V to paste. That gives us another instance. We're going to drag that one into the viewer, and we're going to close up that line with our length slider to about like that. So now we've done that. We're going to click on our background node, and we're going to add 3 merge nodes. That's this icon right here. 1, 2, 3. And what we're going to do is take this polygon and its 2 instances, and we're going to add it to the green connection on each merge node, like this. So now we have those all connected. We're going to put the media out into our viewer, make sure it's in the second viewer. We're going to come to this first merge node, and we're going to bring down the blend a little bit. We're going to put this merge node in the viewer, bring down the blend to about like that. With merge 2, we can bring down the blend of that one a little bit as well. Maybe about like that. That's pretty good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to click on our background node. Well, first we're going to bring in an eclipse. So we're going to bring in an eclipse. We're going to click on our background node, and we're going to add a merge node. We're going to connect the eclipse to the green of the merge. Then we're going to resize this. We're going to click on ellipse, and we're going to resize this to a smaller thing about like that. We're going to highlight the ellipse. We're going to come over here to center in our inspector panel. We're going to right-click center, and we're going to choose path. We're going to go to the modifier tab, and we're going to come down here, kind of a hidden thing, but powerful. We're going to right-click that. We're going to come to connect to, polygon 1, polyline. Then we're going to uncheck this keyframe that it automatically made in the displacement. We're going to uncheck that. We're going to highlight our polygon 1. And if we hover over position right here, we can see in the lower right-hand corner of DaVinci, right above where it says DaVinci Resolve Studio 20, you see polygon 1 dot right position. Now what we're going to do is going to have to be case sensitive. So what we're going to do with our ellipse selected, we're going to go to the modifiers tab. We're going to come down to displacement. We're going to right click that, and we're going to do expression. Now in here is where we're going to type that, polygon 1 dot right position. Now remember, it's case sensitive. The P in polygon 1 is capitalized, the W in right is capitalized, and the P in position is capitalized. So I can't stress enough that it has to be case sensitive. So what we're going to type there then is polygon 1 dot right position. And we're going to hit enter. Now what that's done is connected our little sphere there, our little ellipse. And I'm actually going to click on that, and I'm going to make that a little, I'm going to pull this in here. I'm going to make that a little smaller, like so. Make it a little bit smaller. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come to our background node. We're going to bring down this alpha channel to nothing. We're going to click on our merge 3 node. We're going to hit shift space, and we're going to search for duplicate. And we're going to bring in a duplicate node. So with our duplicate highlighted, we're going to change copies to 3, like so. And we're going to change the angle. We're going to drag that to the left, and we're just going to rotate that until you think it looks like an atom. With these 3 balls in a good triangle, it looks pretty good. So that's looking pretty good. So now we're going to make sure our media out is in viewer 2, which it is. We're going to bring in another ellipse right here. We're going to click on duplicate, and we're going to bring in another merge node. I'm going to move some of this over. We're going to got our ellipse. We brought in another merge node. We're going to take this ellipse and connect it to the green of our merge. And now we're going to resize that. And we're going to put it in the center there, about like so. I'm going to bring up this soft edge, kind of give it a glow. We're going to bring in another background node. I'm going to change this color to a blue, like so. I'm going to put it into viewer 2, and I'm going to take our merge 5 and bring it into viewer 1. So I'm going to go from merge 5, the output, and I'm going to put it into the blue connection of our background. That gives us a blue atom. We're going to add the background to our media out, like so. Now what we're going to do is we're going to bring in another background node. We're going to bring in another background node here. We're going to connect it, output to output, and that's going to create another merge node. And we're going to connect this merge to our media out. And that gives us a black background. Now with our background 2 selected, I'm going to try to position this stuff. With our background 2 position, I can't talk anymore. With our background 2 highlighted, forgive me, we're going to add a transform node. So highlight the background. Right here is your transform node. Click on that. We're going to go to the first frame with our playhead. Our transform node highlighted. We're going to come over here to our inspector panel. Make sure angle's at 0, and we're going to set a keyframe. Then we're going to come ahead about, I don't know, I wanted to make this longer. I'm going to make this to be about 8 seconds. That's good. We can just stretch that out. Hop back over into Fusion. I wanted to come to about frame 120. 130 is okay. 120. Come to frame 120. And for our angle, with our transform selected, our angle now, we're going to set that to minus 310. So now, if we were to play that, again, we have the problem where you can see it quits rotating. So we have to do the same thing we did earlier. Come to our spline menu. Make sure these are both checked. Highlight the 2 keyframes and set relative. Now we'll close the spline window. A couple last things we're going to do and we're all done. We're going to select the transform node. We're going to hit shift space and we're going to add a glow node. And we're going to play around with our glow settings however you want them. I am going to make these lines a little thinner. So I'm going to go back to polygon 1. I'm going to change our border width. And I'm going to make them a little smaller. About like that. So then what we want to do, we're going to click on our background 2. And we're going to change that from solid color to gradient. We have a black and white gradient now, but we don't want that. I'm going to click this. I'm going to change that black to a red. And I'm going to change this white to a blue. And now we can jump over into our edit page. We'll hit spacebar to play it. And there's our animation. What I'm going to show you now, if you wanted to save this atom to use at a later date and didn't want to recreate the whole thing again, we're going to jump back into our Fusion page. We're going to highlight all the nodes except for media out. Highlight all the nodes. Right click on them. Go to settings. Save all as. And it's going to save it as a .setting file. Now I have a folder made setting files. So I'm just going to name this atom. And I'm going to save it to the folder. I'm going to go back to the Edit tab. I'm going to delete our timeline. All of our hard work. Everything's gone into Fusion page. There's nothing there anymore. We're going to go back to Fusion. We're going to go to that folder where you saved your setting file to. And you're going to drag it in to the Fusion page. And everything is back. You got it all back again. So, and it automatically connected to media out. You have your whole atom again that you could use in another video or something. You can do this with all of your Fusion page projects. Just highlight all the videos and save them as a settings file, and you can always bring them back in. Little tip for you. That's all I have for you in this video. I hope you learned something. Please like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next video.